Hi, and welcome back. I'm Kamika, and this is Well Balanced Wallet, where I help you create healthy money habits and live a life that you love on your current budget. Today's video is another Q&A. At the beginning of the month, I posted a video that was a presentation about budgeting that I had given to a high school for their life skills club. And if you haven't watched that video, you can check it out right here. But in that video, I mentioned that the students asked a lot of questions at the end, and they were really good questions, so I wanted to answer them in a separate video. So I want to do that now to bring up the end of Financial Literacy Month. So let's get started. The first question is, how do you start your first budget? And to answer this question, you just start it. A lot of people would think that you need to wait until you get paid to start your budget, but no, you can start your budget right away. All you need to do is open up your bank account to see how much money you have in there, and then start your budget. So your pen and paper budget, spreadsheet, app, whatever it is that you use, you would take the amount of money that you have in your bank account and allocate that money to the different categories that you need. And you need to figure out what that money needs to do before you get paid again. And then once you get your paycheck, then you're able to budget that money as well. The next question is, how do you get started as a virtual assistant? So I mentioned here, and I mentioned to the students, that I am a virtual assistant, and I really enjoy being a virtual assistant and being able to set my own pay rate, set my own schedule. And I'm down to one client now because I just don't have time for many more, but I actually really enjoy being a virtual assistant. So in order to get started as a virtual assistant, you need to figure out what services you want to offer. So that can be anything from admin work to editing videos, editing photos, anything that you can provide for someone else, you can do as a virtual assistant, as long as you can do that thing virtually. So once you figure out what services you want to offer, then you need to figure out where the people that you want to help are located. Are they on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram? Are they a small business in your area? Whatever it is, you need to figure out where they are and then start reaching out to people and let them know how you can help their business. My suggestion is to have a discovery call just to see if you are the right fit for their business. And if you are, let them know your pay rate. And I recommend having an independent contractor agreement for them to sign and for you to sign to make sure that everyone is on the same page. And if you want to learn a little bit more about becoming a virtual assistant or a VA, you can check out this course by Gina Horkey, and I have the link in the description box below. The next question is, what is the best way to organize your budget? And I think this is a really good question because I don't think many people think about how to organize their budget. And I think it takes some time to figure out what makes the most sense for you. But my suggestion is to group like categories together in your budget. So if we take a look at my budget on YNAB, I have a section for recurring bills. Then I have a section for food type things, which is our groceries and our eating out budget. And then I have another section for sinking funds, or things that we're saving for. And that's just how I like to organize my budget. But whatever top level categories work for you is a good way to organize your budget. Just bring your like categories together so you don't have to go searching through a million things just to find the category that you're looking for. The next question is, what amount should you save for an emergency fund? So if you Google this question, the answer that you'll find is $1,000. And that's a great starter emergency fund, but for a fully funded emergency fund, I suggest 3 to 6 months of your expenses, specifically for your emergency fund. So starter emergency fund, $1,000. Fully funded emergency fund is 3 to 6 months of your income. And the last question is, how do you budget with an irregular income? The simple answer is exactly how you would budget with a regular income. So the way I talk about budgeting on this channel, every single time you budget is going to be the same. You only want to budget money that you actually have, and you need to figure out what that money needs to do before you get paid again. So with an irregular income, you may be a commission-based employee, and if that's the case, then whenever you get paid, whatever that commission check is, that's the money that you budget. You figure out what you need that money to do before you get paid again. Then when you get paid the next time, you repeat those steps. So if you find that you're struggling with your irregular income and budgeting, you may have an income problem, which means that you may need to get a side hustle or ask for a raise or move into a position that suits your financial needs better. Or you may have too many expenses. So if that's the case, take a look at your budget and see which expenses are necessary and which expenses can be cut out so that you have enough money when you budget. And if you want to see a budget in action, you can take a look at the presentation that I gave to the high school and see how our sample budget played out throughout the month. So that's all I have. I hope you guys have enjoyed the content from myself and other creators during Financial Literacy Month, and I hope you've learned something. So with that being said, leave a comment below to let me know what you've learned during Financial Literacy Month, whether it be from my channel, from another channel, a blog, or from the news. What did you learn during Financial Literacy Month? That's it for this video, so be sure to give it a like, subscribe, and click the link on your screen right now for more Well Balanced Wallet content. See you there.